Hey, yo, they gotta be thinking, like, about a little over 7 years ago, neighborhood Nip was on top. He was everywhere. Marathon store was on fire. Crenshaw Gear selling out the whoop whap. Had people from all out of state rooting and cheering for Nip. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, one day, mysteriously, niggas would say, oh man, what happened to Nip was supposed to happen. That nigga shouldn't have been trying to air the homie out in front of a whole lot of spectators and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? It's a violation, especially when you know that can get a nigga fucked up if the allegations ain't true. But I'm gonna tell you something serious. Whether the allegations was true or not, you gotta look at it in two ways. First of all, who gave Nip the authority to be handing out disciplines when the niggas in the studio making millions? That's for the foot soldiers to do, not you. You was doing something grandiose for the community. Education on Bitcoin, health factors with Dr. Sabi, lyrical mastery on your album. Literally. Lyrical mastery, my man. And you decided for that moment that telling one of your little homies that he was in violation for some shit you wasn't even there to be violating him there for. Just because you heard through the grapevine from some unreliable niggas. Because if they was reliable, where was they the day my man showed up? That shit is questionable, my man. That shit is highly, highly, highly questionable, my man. I'm telling you. And now look at the world.
I feel like it's frozen. Right. Straight up. Like, if you wasn't put on to this shit, you wasn't courted on, you ain't going to the back of the buildings and fight. You know what I'm saying? Your homies and get put on. Right. You not from a gang. Right. Not only are you not from a gang, if you ain't, you know what I'm saying, press a line and put in work, not necessarily kill nobody, but you know what I'm saying, put yours on the line. It ain't just you a blood when it's convenient, because you got a camera and it look cool. Yeah. And you around 100 Crips, you still a blood. Right. You know what I'm saying? When 40 out there run up on you, you still a blood. Yeah. And I ain't talking about Wayne. Yeah. I got respect for that movement. I like the dude as an artist. Of course. But I'm just saying on some gangbang shit. Yeah. When you go to the county jail and you walk in the court tank and it's 50 of your enemies, you still gonna say this 60s. Yeah. Or you not a gangbanger.
And then you see dudes like Wayne throws up.
So you see, when my man asked Nipsey his opinion on Lil Wayne claiming he was a blood at the time, not realizing that he would end up with Lil Wayne's baby mama, Lauren London. You see? And he would make a comment on Lauren London's baby daddy, Lil Wayne, whom some say she adored very much. But Lil Wayne was more into himself and others than her at the time, and she didn't like being his side chick, so to speak. which is strange and interesting, even in itself, in its own concept, considering the background that Lauren London had with Puffy. Or was Lil Wayne aware of what was going on with Puffy at the time and was totally turned off and disinterested by Lauren's actions? The real script is this. At the end of the day, Tupac alerted us to this back in 1996 when he said, Quincy Jones invited me over to his house. I imagine that's around the time that his interest for Kidada sparked up. And he said that Quincy Jones came at him on some, sexual, predatory type of shit. Pac said, fuck no, he wasn't with it. Now you look at that triangle between Lauren London, Lil Wayne, Puff, and Nip. Okay? And you wonder, you have to wonder, Puffy being on the end of Nip's album, screaming like he was on Biggie's album against Tupac or something. I mean, it was a strange dynamic. However, I recall an interview with Nip saying that he summoned Puff and asked Puff to listen to his album and see what he thought, and asked Puff for his input on making it better and the mastering and mixdown of it and this and that and wooty wop. And so you have to wonder, was Nip solicited and he didn't respond the way that the industry gatekeepers of the time were against, by him denying any kind of loving actions? Look, Nip was the hottest artist in the country for this 1 year that he released this album, and although he didn't win the Grammy, he was right there, and he sold a lot of copies, including that Major Feat was selling his mixtape for $100 a piece. I mean, Nip was very, very popular, not only on the West Coast, but the kids were increasingly becoming a part of his fan base from all generations, similar to Kendrick. It didn't look like the music industry wanted a rival to Kendrick and, let's just say, Snoop for that matter. I mean, let's just be honest. Snoop and Dr. Dre totally failed with that Visionary album, but I'll leave that commentary for another time. Snoop doesn't have the staying power that he once had. He's old. That's what the industry was trying to tell him. Not to say that Snoop is not a viable commodity in Hollywood. He definitely is worth his weight in gold. And he has proven himself at several levels of entertainment prosperity. However, the rap space is only so big. There's only so much room. And at the time, especially with Drake at his height, Kendrick, Future, J. Cole, you have to wonder, was Nip purposely rubbed out? I'm just saying.